So today we're back on Anime Expeditions, and I'm going to be showing you guys my tournament strat that personally got me #1 in my solo tournament season 5. And I did also make a new tier list for tournaments, so I hope you find the video helpful. If you do, maybe leave a like or subscribe. But anyways, let's get into it. Okay, hello guys. So in my opinion, this is probably the easiest tournament we've gotten so far. My bracket has a dark buff and a storm buff, and then fire and water are debuffs, so no Itachi or Judar. If your modifiers are different, I do have a tier list for tournaments now that I just made. Of course, it depends on the tournament, depends on your bracket, but I'll show you how I got #1 in my bracket. So 511 mil is #1 for me. I actually recognize the guy in my #2 spot from the account review video, so that's kind of funny. But the team I ran here, this is Megami, by the way, and this is Freerin. I do have skins on my stuff, so sorry for the confusion on that. But pretty much what I ran is just standard builds here: Shinigami Sword, Warrior Pull on Kenpachi, Shinigami Sword and Warrior Pull on Prodigy, and then Magic Book and Bamboo Bottle on Megami, Shinigami Sword, Magic Book on Freerin, Bamboo Bottle, Shinigami Sword on Puppet, then a range build on Inumaki. You might be wondering why we're still running Shinigami Sword after the crit changes to tournament, but pretty much the damage buff from Shinigami Sword is still really good. So yeah, we're running it on most of our team today. And with the builds out of the way, I'm just going to show you my run that got me 511 mil. There really isn't much to explain throughout the run, but I will try to walk you guys through it. Okay, this is a pretty easy tournament run, but I will walk you through stuff that's important. My bracket has a nerf to flame, hydro, buff to dark, and storm. So I'll be starting off with Freerin. And I like to place her down by this little stone thing. Just make sure she covers a certain side of the track here. And cover as much of the spawn as you can though. So mine goes probably right about here in this corner by the stone thing. And I place down an Inumaki right by the spawn. You should put this guy on first the whole run. And if you have enough range, you should hit this little curse summoner guy with it. Then after Inumaki and Freerin, we're going to place down my Megami. So Megami I like to put somewhere in the middle of the triangle here. This main triangle bend. Just make sure he doesn't cover too much of the immediate spawn, because you don't want to waste any of his rewind. So I'll put mine probably right in the middle, like dead center. And then we'll place down Gohan. My Gohan I like to put pretty close to my Freerin, just make sure he covers the one left side, pretty similar to the placement of her. And just kind of make sure he can cover a good amount of the spawn for his full AoE follow-ups and stuff. So I'll put him right about here. You also want to have a good line coverage for his nuke, but we'll get into that later. Puppet we're going to place down pretty much so we can cover the full spawn. We'll put him down next to my Freerin. Then Inumaki #2 goes up at the very top of that triangle. Inumaki #3 goes towards the end of the little loop here. Then auto upgrade priority, we go priority 1 on Freerin. #2 on Megami. #3, oh wait, let me place down Kenpachi. Kenpachi goes down. You want to cover the corner with Kenpachi's aura, but make sure he does cover enough of the track for his dismembered thing, so you can see the low HP enemies when they get low. So I'll put mine probably right about here. Back to the auto upgrade priority. Put Gohan on #5, Kenpachi on #6, and then go through on #3. Yeah, pretty simple. Get everything down, get auto upgrade on. And towards the end of the run, we are going to be replacing Freerin. So just kind of remember that, I guess, but... Now we have the bird upgrade on Megami, so I'm going to move it into this corner here and put it on closest. It's kind of the best way to use them on this map. Yeah, we got Megami maxed out now. I was a little bit late to use his stuff because I was getting water, but... yeah, let's use his domain as soon as we can. And start putting that in auto. And then Puppet's the next one we're going to max out. Once we max him out, we can use his rewind as well. I'm going to make sure the bird is fully in the corner. Okay, we got the rewind. For a while I'm going to get the bamboo stack, so I'm not really going to worry about syncing it up properly with Megami, but once you have max bamboo stacks, we want to pretty much use Gothers when Megami has 42 seconds left on his, and then just kind of put them both on auto. But for now I'm going to be ramping up the bamboo for a while. Then throughout the run, I'm going to use the Gohan ability. Pretty much with the Gohan ability, you want to be conscious of where you aim it and like when to use it, because you want them to be clumped in the line AoE of it. So you don't want to have it on auto, because sometimes it'll target the first enemy and kind of be off and not hit the line you want it to hit. Pretty much just make sure you're using it when you see a good opportunity. Okay, I'm going to prepare to replace Freeburn here, just to squeeze out a little bit more damage. So I'll turn on my VFX, turn on my damage indicators, and turn on auto upgrade on placement. Recommend having a keybind for that if you are a competitive player. Yeah, I'm just going to spam Freer for a little bit more damage. And a pretty good run, 511 mil. That is how I got top 1 in my bracket for now. Thank you to Lucid for suggesting that I make a tournament video, because there's not really too much else to do right now in Anime Expeditions. But either way, thank you to my channel members for making the video possible. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, hope to see you in the next one, and have a great day.